What's up? What's up? What's poppin', YouTube? Hey, it's NateDoggSac916 coming at you live from Sacramento. Hey, you guys know what to do, man. Hit that like, that subscribe, and that notification bell if you want to keep seeing this content. Um, I ain't made a video in a while like this, other than a lot of lives, and then I did a couple interviews. So I decided to come on and do an interview. So I'm not interrupted in my thoughts. Because I got some thoughts about some stuff lately and I've been holding back and not, saying stuff, but it's time that I start talking, man. Because first and foremost, salute to everybody in the kennel, man, that participates in my get down and who pays attention and who respects the fact that I rock how I rock, you know. As far as anybody who can't respect that, man, I beg of you, I'm just out here really trying to promote positivity. I'm not trying to be involved in no drama. I'm not trying to, I don't care about nobody else's drama. That's their business. It's not my business. From the way I grew up and the way that I was raised and the way that my life has taken me, getting yourself involved in other people's drama is the best way to get you in trouble. So, and the best way to stay out of bull crap is to not put yourself in bull crap. I was just talking to a friend the other day and something was said. I said, well, we said we haven't talked to somebody in a couple of years, and I was like, they probably dead, buried in the backyard of a house, right? Because there was some stuff that happened, and she said that my wife said, oh, that's messed up. I'm like, it's messed up, but it's part of the everything that happens is part of a path we choose. Yes, there is that theory that anything can happen to anybody. That's true. Anything, random acts of violence and random stuff can happen to anybody in the world. However, if you place your feet and place yourself in the path of, or out of the path of stuff that, lifestyles that have stuff like that happen regularly, then you really can't, it really diminishes the chance. It takes you from like a 90% chance to like maybe a 5% chance, if that. If I'm living where I'm living and I'm not going and hanging out at night in the hood like I used to when I was younger, and I'm not selling drugs and dealing with, drug addicts and people who may want to rob me and all this other stuff because I'm selling drugs. If I'm not putting myself in that position, I have a less chance of those things happening to me. Correct? Do you agree with me? Put a thumbs up on that video. I must get these likes, man. Share this knowledge. Because one of the main things that I was taught by one of my mentors, Miss Claudia Diaz, is that between every action and reaction, there's a space. And in that space, there's choice, right? And that's when you get the chance to make your choice. You just have to make the best choice for yourself. Now, don't get me wrong, I've made the best choice for myself every time, in my opinion. And I've been willing to deal with the consequences that came with that. When I felt like I needed to put my hands on somebody, or when I felt like I needed to do something aggressive, or I felt like I needed to walk away. Every time I did something that I felt was in the best interest of myself. So and I'm not going to knock nobody that say, oh, this is what I'm doing because this is what I feel like I need to do for me. Handle your business, man. Handle your business. Do what you got to do for you. But don't let anybody else dictate your path. Don't let anybody else throw trash in your way. You know what I mean? I shouldn't have to clean up trash in my way that somebody else put there. What you do is you keep those people out of your path. You keep those people out of your circle. If they want to keep throwing trash, even after you tell them, hey, I don't, if you're dealing with me, you can't deal with that type of stuff because I don't get down like that. I'm trying to build something here, not trying to be a flame in the wind, just getting blown anyway. Nah, not gonna be a flame in the wind. The analogy flame in the wind is you go whichever way the wind blowing, because a flame in the wind is gonna go wherever the wind's blowing. In case anybody didn't know that analogy. Okay, so that's one thing I wanted to get on, right? Is just don't let other people dictate your program. You got to be strong enough mentally to dictate your own program. And don't get drawn into other people's bullcrap. please. I'm pushing the positive, as always, right? So other than that, there's a lot of going on in our society right now. And I've had a lot of conversations. And I mean, I can make this video. You know I'm going to make a couple videos today. So expect to see this shirt a couple times. This one, race relations. So, race relations, right? I personally, these are my standpoints, and hopefully people agree or disagree, but hopefully people respect my standpoint on this situation. First and foremost, I am a black man. Proud black man. Okay. Now, by racial mix-up, a build-up, actually, not mix-up, because it wasn't a mix-up. I am the son of a white mother and a black father. But I am a person. I've never really been a racial or racially motivated person by choice in my life. Now, the prison situation, while I was in prison, I am, and will always be a black man. So that's what I rode with. That's what my gang was. That's what I am. Like, I'm a black man. Like, people can say whatever they want about the cut, all that. I'm still a black man. And if you're coming at me because of my skin color, then we just popping because of my skin color. It's not because I don't like you as a Mexican man or a white man or Asian man. None of that would have mattered to me at that point. Excuse me. At that point, all that would have mattered to me is that you and your race want to kill me and my race. That's all that would have mattered. And I'm going to defend myself. I don't hate you for that. I hate this. I dislike the assailant, and I will defend myself. So I hope people can understand it from that standpoint. Now, understand that I had a conversation with someone, and they said that I'm not pro-black. What do you mean I'm not pro-black? You're not pro-black because you don't promote the black family. I'm sorry. I promote the American family as a black man. I'm a black man, and I lead my family. Therefore, that is the black family because it's my family. No matter the racial mix-up, it's my family. So to say that I don't care or insinuate that I'm not for my people as far as black people because I fell in love with and married a white woman, or the fact that all my children are mixed and I didn't have a child with a black woman, that is an injustice to me and to every other mixed individual who has lived their life representing one thing. And to have someone come forth and say something like that is like offensive, in my opinion. And I'm not trying to start any kind of crap with anybody. I'm just coming on to state that this is how I feel about it. I feel it's offensive to say that, and that there's I don't believe in I don't subscribe to the good hair, bad hair thing. You know what I mean? I just believe we all have hair with just different textures. Some are easier to deal with, some are harder to deal with, but it's all just hair. I mean, I don't subscribe to stereotypes. I subscribe to you doing whatever you want to do, right? So if I decide I want to marry whoever I fall in love with, that shouldn't change my beliefs, because I'm not racist. I don't look at people and see them as their race unless I know that they're a threat towards me. If I see you blasted up with a swastika on your neck and 2 lightning bolts on your face, or I see a big 13 on your face and we in prison, then of course I'm gonna watch you, because that's prison politics. But out here, the only people I don't worry about nobody. I'm friendly to everybody. You can have all those same tattoos and walk by me in public and I'll still speak. Hey, what's going on, bro? In order to actually try to change race relations, to try to help whoever that person is see that whatever you may believe about black men, we're not all a threat. I'm not a threat to anyone because I'm 6'3", 220 pounds, and all tatted up and all this. I'm not a threat to you. You know who I'm a threat to? I'm a threat to anybody trying to do something to me or my loved ones. That's who I'm a threat to. But to say something like, I'm not pro-black because my kids aren't with a black woman, well, they're with a black father. So I don't understand. That would subscribe to I believe the skinhead saying is there are 14 words or something about preserving the white race, right? Something like that, right? I don't know the full words by heart, but it's something about preserving the right race preserving the white race for future generations. Okay, so that's a racist manifesto or words of belief, right? So one of our biggest issues in this country is race, right? Is racial relations, right? So if I'm a black man, proudly, and I say that you're not pro-black because you're not having children you're a black man not having children with a black woman, which in essence would be preserving the race for future generations. Wouldn't that actually be the same thing as the racist standpoint? Help me hear it. Help me hear it. And as far as, oh, well, if you're mixed, the more you have children with other race people, the less black they are. I'm sorry, but as long as my children know their history, they'll be as black as every other person in this country. I know my history. I know my history. I know my history from the gang side, and I know my history from the black side. And I know all the stuff about George Jackson and Black August. I've fasted. I've protested in prison with the black car, the BGF, the Black Guerrilla Family. I've been there. I've worked out during Black August every day. I've done the demonstrations. So nobody can really tell me nothing. I'm just coming on here to try to open up people's mind a little bit. These people, and I take it so adamantly when people say stuff like this, because honestly, half the people saying stuff like this have never had to literally fight because of their skin color. No, I'm not talking about dispute, argue with your voice. I'm talking about pull out a weapon and fight with another person for your life just because of your skin color. But somebody feels like that same kind of person feels like you have the right to tell me I'm not pro-black? When I've had people literally try to kill me just because of my race. One of my first serious cases in life, you guys can refer back to Big Herc's channel, was because a white person didn't like me because of my race. From 12 and a half, almost 13, this mentality has been created. I grew up in a all black neighborhood where when I was young, some black kids looked at me like, he light-skinned. Light-skins was treated different when back in the 70s and the early 80s. There was a lot of mental stress put on young kids. You were too dark. You were too dark to be considered with the white kids. You were too light to be considered with the black kids. So I made my own way. And I made people respect it. You know, I put in my work. So for someone to come on and say, or to just comment to me, period, and say anything like, I'm not black, it's like totally offensive. Or I'm not pro-black, it's totally offensive. So please, if you like what you heard, if you enjoyed this short video about that, please stay tuned. I got more stuff coming, me addressing stuff, man. I got more stuff. I'm gonna make some more of these videos. I'm gonna put them out. But remember to hit that like, man, that subscribe, and that notification bell, man. And understand that we all one nation, man. But if my life matter, how can anybody else? If my life don't matter, how can anybody else's life matter? I'm gonna just put it like that. And if my life matters so much, how could anyone say I'm not pro-black or I'm not pro anything? I'm pro-human race, and I love my people. How many of you have fought for your people? And when I say my people, I fought for the black race. I fought as part of the black, as a soldier in the black race. It's all well and good. I'm black enough when it's time to go to war, right? I'm black enough when it's popping, right? I'm just not black enough when we having intellectual conversations, huh? When people want to break it down and look and try to overanalyze certain stuff and, oh, well, this, that. Come on, man. It all boils down when it comes to pop off, you'll be hiding in your home and I'll be on the front line. That's what matters. Then you'll be happy I'm black. Stay loyal if you don't do nothing else.